Um, I really hope I'm on my account. What? Is my stream key wrong? Where am I? Videos. I want to be live. I should be live right now. Why am I not live right now? What? What do you mean? I really hope someone somewhere knows where I am. 'Cause I sure don't. Oh boy, I sure do wish if my stream was on my channel. Oh, there it is. What? Well, if I take the link, it works. Something isn't right. Well, I get it now. What? Dude, I'm so confused. I'm gonna do a little bit more promo. Gonna do a sound check. See if this is good. See if we're working. Test. Test. Alright, I think this is good. I'm gonna keep live chat up, but my phone might die partway through this, so no clue if it's gonna work. But just some general stuff. It's been 2 weeks since I last streamed, so I'm gonna have a lot to talk about tonight. Just a reminder, Gamer is the account that we're doing this Let's Play on. Funny Meme is one I'm using mostly with FreeCam. I'm using... Funny Meme was the name of our first character before I accidentally deleted our save data in the first game. But, yeah, I'm using this one to get free cam of story events that don't replay, like the Crystal Mask in Treetop Village, or eventually, as we'll see today, the Eternal Furnace. Transcript I'm using to... Well, what I'm doing is I'm making a full transcript of this game and I'm publishing it. It's a work in progress. It's being automatically published. If you want to go look at it, you can find it on the Drawn to Life wiki, hosted on Fandom. So yeah, I turned on dump textures. You know what, real quick. Let me make sure I have that on, because those are kind of important. I can't see it. I can't see it. Ah! No. Dump textures is on. Cool. So, with that said, is everything looking good? Everything looks good, so let's get back into it. So, yeah, like I said, it's been 2 weeks. Probably, well, I guess I can just go chronological. Probably one of the biggest things that's happened to me since then is the flash drive. I was hosting a bunch of personal projects on. I was hosting one of my, like, a ton of personal art. Oh, excuse me, a Pokemon... We'll deal with that in a minute. A Pokemon fan game. I don't know if you guys know about the Super Smash Brothers roster maker. I had a bunch of files of that stored on there. Well, let's just try to do this. Had a bunch of files of that stored on there, so something else that I had was on a much smaller scale. I just had some generic art. What? What? Can I just... Oh, I can already go in here. Okay, cool. So, yeah, one other thing well, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm probably going to have to make a public one soon, but if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw the story posts I did about a week ago, where my flash drive just couldn't be read anymore. Just wasn't being read, so, yeah, yeah, I can't do this. Yes, I would like to stop the current emulation. So, I'm gonna have to restart Dolphin, because my character wasn't showing up for some reason. But, yeah, I lost my flash drive, and so everything on it was lost, too. Fortunately for me, I had a backup of some of the files stored on my, old laptop, so I was able to get those. So most of the stuff is saved, not all of it, but the majority of it is, so I could start over if I wanted to. I probably will. So that happened. I might send it off to someone to see if they can get the data off of it, but that's a really slim chance. And then another thing that I did was I went on vacation all week long. I went to Jekyll Island, Georgia, which is honestly a really nice place to go. If y'all have the chance, head out there. It's down South Georgia. It's the smallest barrier island, third most popular with tourists. Got just hit the list of attractions. Tons of restaurants. Got multiple beaches to go on. Has a marsh on one side. Two 18-hole courses, one 9-hole course for golf, a putt-putt course. Let's see, what else does it have? It has a bunch of tours you can go on. Well, literally, I cannot name all the stuff that it has, because there's so much to do on the island, and it's only like, what? It's less than 7 square miles. It's a mile long and 7 miles across. No, it's a mile across and 7 miles long. But still, and like, I'm pretty sure only it's either only 30% is developed or 30% isn't developed. I don't remember, but yeah. So yeah, we went there this week. Or last week, sorry. It was pretty fun. I already drew that, I guess. Um, yeah, nothing really notable happened except for the fact that I got horrible sunburns. Which I'm still peeling from right now, if I'm being honest. Another thing that happened was, well, that interaction happened. Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram or if you know me personally, you've probably seen a series I do where I get pictures of myself and I put them, well, in a hole. And that hole was a thing I made on Jekyll Island. Last year I made one, and it's the one I've been using as the base for most of my stuff since, for most of the whole art at least. But two things I did is I made new holes. Yeah, so I've only posted pictures of one of them on Instagram so far. I still have two of them, or two groups of pictures that have not been posted yet. So I'm gonna, because see, the thing is, I took them with my actual like professional grade camera. So what's down here? Nothing. So I'm gonna have to find a way to, well, not find a way, I know how to do it. I'm just gonna have to find time to export all that stuff out. So I'll probably end up doing that sometime next week, honestly, because this week is probably, most of my time's probably gonna be spent exporting that transcript and putting it in here, and getting beat by one of those guys. Stamp. One thing that's been really difficult with writing this transcript is that if you want to get the full transcript, you have to collect everything. And that's something that I have not been doing at all on this playthrough. Like you saw earlier, I talked to Pirate Beard, and he was telling me to do something in the very first level of the game. I have done none of the side quests. But, let me get that sword. Now in the transcript file I have. So, hopefully, I'll be able to finish that transcript by the end of the week, honestly. No. There we go. Never mind. I guess there was a lot less to talk about than I figured. But, yeah, I built 2 holes, so I'm probably going to be deciding which one to start using from here on out soon. Draw a circle around yourself and use it to roll over the spiky terrain. That's not what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Me when Chewbacca. No, I'm gonna go this way. Thank you. That works too. I didn't see any warning for that one. Did that one just sort of end? Because typically what they do is they flash before they're dead. Or before they stop, but I guess not this time. I died. Yeah, the momentum in these levels can get crazy. There we go. Like, since the terrain in these is made so weird, because they tried to imitate lumps of snow. So what ended up happening is a lot of the time, a lot of the time you can find little areas you can slide on, and so you automatically start sliding. And there's just nothing you can do about it. I would like to move, please. I would like to go. No. We're gonna build a better circle. There we go. This one should roll a lot easier. Yeah, there we go. But, yeah, 2 holes. I'll be deciding which one to use next week. Another thing, this is what I wanted to talk about. Another thing that I saw while I was there. You're kidding. There was an amphitheater, and I wanted to go there just because I thought it'd be cool to see it. But as it turns out, it's been abandoned for quite some time because there's a ton of seats that are missing. There's seats that are decrepit. There's like the handlebars are bent all over the place. There's like deer in the area. There's tons of graffiti, and I posted pictures of those on Instagram too, or on my private Instagram. I'll be making a public one soon for this channel. But what? Is that the end of the level? That was a lot shorter than I remembered. It's probably one of the shorter levels in the game. But, yeah. The amphitheater was cool. The graffiti was cool. Yeah. I don't know. Another thing that happened while I was gone is in the Smash community. So, I'm not going to go too deep into it because it's not my territory, but basically what happened is almost everyone got outed as a pedophile. Or almost all the top players got outed as pedophiles. And that's completely ruined the scene for a lot of people. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen from here. I don't know how it's going to change. The director of EVO came out, or not came out. Sounds like he should be proud of it. No, he was outed as a pedophile. Yeah. It's upsetting, but, you know, better now than never. Cause see, they were all working together and keeping their stuff secret. Like, no one knew about this. And, well, people did know about it, and that's the problem, because they kept it quiet. It wasn't a ring of anything. There wasn't, like, any trafficking as far as we know. But it's just so weird, man. That's why I'm starting to get a little more hesitant about being a YouTuber. Or, like, getting into the YouTubing. Or, like, getting into this sort of scene. Simply because I have no idea what could happen. Like, everything could change in an instant. Like, if I did something bad, or if I said something wrong today, or tomorrow, or sometime this year, and then I, like, hit big later on, like, it's just weird, man. You gotta be careful about everything you say if you want to be big. And you can't die. Dying is pretty counterintuitive to being big. Unless you die as a martyr. Then I think you could pull it off. But that's just me. Sword. Jump. Yeah, see what I mean? Like, I'm literally just standing still, and I'm starting to slide places. And then that happens. I slid off the thing. I wasn't holding any direction, and I can't pin it on drift because there is no drift on my Nintendo Windows. This is a good game. One thing I noticed is that a lot of the story and like a lot of the story and world building that's in this game is hidden in like the optional dialogue that characters have that you don't need to read. And like, yeah, I know this game isn't canon, and it's obvious that they only half played the first game. So when they were like basing when they were like writing this game, but it's still so cool to like read about it. Like at one point in the game, Mari mentions that she had a dream about like a Raposa dying, and Spoiler warning, but this is over a decade old and it's obscure, so I don't think you're gonna care. But um, I'm pretty sure it's talking about Cersei, and I'll probably find out as I'm reading through as I'm reading through the dialogue later on who it is. But that, like, all of that, every mention of that is hidden in the optional dialogue. They didn't make any of it required. And so, if you, like, just play this game, like, if you don't do any of the side quests, if you don't interact with any of the characters, you lose so much. And, like, yeah, you shouldn't be forced to interact with characters to get the full story. You shouldn't be forced to interact with characters to get the full story of the game, but I think the fact that they hide it away is so dumb. Because it's such a good story. And, like, it develops the personality of the characters a lot more. Like, I'll probably go back through the main games, or the canon games, sorry, and, like, read through all the stuff. Because it's really interesting. But, like, yeah, I mentioned earlier that it's obvious that they only have played the first game, because in this game, Galileo isn't married, but in the first game, you rescue him with his wife and daughter, and he says he's married to the stars. Here, if I remember, I'll show you guys when we get to that point. But, yeah, it's weird, man, because in the next world, which we're probably not going to do on stream today, I'll probably finish the original Drawn to Life before we do Eastern Winds. But Joey mentions how the creator drew wings once before, because if you guys remember, in the Forest Gate of the first game, we use wings. Like, that's one of our items. We get the wings and the acorn shooter, I think it was. But yeah. Ooh. Big ball, big ball, big ball, big ball. Does it just spawn in? Yeah, it just spawns in. Okay. Wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Nice. That's what we call an epic gamer moment. Who's live on Twitch? Quackity HQ. Wow. What's over here? I saw something. I saw a coin. I do not need it. I almost choked. What was that? I unlocked a collectible stamp in Isaac's shop. What? Or, no. I could just do that. How dare you want me to play the game the way you intended? Okay, now this one I actually do have to do. And I remember earlier today when I was doing the transcript, this part of the level sucks so bad. Because you gotta get it to just the right length and just the right curve here, or else it just knocks it off like that. Or if you get it too long, the spikes destroy it. Oh, come on. This one. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay. So we're gonna try this again. And see, sometimes it just doesn't even launch you all the way. It doesn't make any sense. Come on. Hopefully. Okay, that one. That one would have worked. Nice. Okay, got it. Okay, that one was on me. I just wasn't standing at the right spot. Come on. And that's the gate right there. This is the end of the level. Isn't Joey supposed to be in this level somewhere? It's not. Yes, come on, come on. Yes. Oh, here he is. Okay. Great talk. Time to drink. Oh, while I was trying to do that, my headphones pulled one of my hairs. And my head, it hurted. Oh, who do we talk to now? I think we go straight to Mari. Ooh, it's snowing. Great talk. Uh-oh. Who do we gotta go talk to? Oh, that's right, we gotta go all the way across the village and talk to Farmer Brown. English muffin. So one thing I was thinking about while I was playing this is finding a way to speedrun this game. Because a speedrunning community exists for the first game. But I don't think there's one for the second game or for this game. Well, I know there's not one for this game because, well, I'm the only person that's ever, like, literally I'm the only person that's ever bothered to document the majority of this game. Sure, I mean, other than Jeff J, I would say Jeff J is probably the best. Let's play right now. Oh, excuse me, because he actually goes through all the dialogue and lets the viewers read it. But I'm doing the transcript. And on the Drawn to Life wiki, I've been pretty active. I've been up because, like I said earlier, or like I showed earlier, I had to make sure I had dump textures on. That's something that's always inconsistent. I know I'm getting on a tangent, but real quick. Isaac's house gives you a lot of momentum, but sometimes it's inconsistent whether or not you slide on it, or like whether it waits to start sliding you. It's weird. Another thing is if you do a big hop, is off of Joey's house, you do a big hop here, and if it actually lets you, it's basically an RNG check. You can get up here, which is somewhere you're not supposed to be until the final boss. The final boss is fought right here. And that's something else that I want to look at in free cam. I want to look at that final boss fight to see if it's the same model, the same village with different lighting, or if it's something else. But yeah, like I was saying, I want to see if there's a speedrunning community for this game, or if I can start one, because I just showed basically the two overworld quote-unquote techs. But if you aren't going for a 100% run, it's so easy and probably so fast to speedrun this game. I just think it'd be so cool. Because, especially in this world, you can do almost everything so fast. Honestly, what I might end up doing is I might do a Drawn to Life Wii speedrun and submit it. I think that would be neat. The candy canes, yeah. But yeah, speedrunning has always been something I've never been too interested in. But, like, watching it, like, honestly, Family Jewels, so good at speedrunning. He speedruns Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie. I'm pretty sure he has the world record for Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Or one of the Tony Hawk games, I'm not sure which. But, yeah, he's cool. And especially if you, like, are on his Twitch chat, he has tons of viewers every stream, but he still consistently reads chat. And it's just so cool. I admire that man greatly. Yeah. That's one thing, though. If you really want to get into YouTube, like, it's so much easier to go at it if you have a partner. Because, like, one channel that I really admire is Alpharad. And I've gushed about them before. Let's see if this kills me. It does not. Nice. But yeah, this is literally what they do. They have a whole second channel that's just dedicated to him and his friend just fucking around and doing whatever they want. And it works so well. And the thing is, it only worked because they have good synergy. No, back to the speed running for a little bit. This is so funny to do. I'm gonna draw the ice car, and I just want you guys to watch. This is like a mix of the Jungle Car and the parachute, because like look, use the Wii remote to point on screen and press B to fire. If I just mash both of them, oops. But if you just mash both of them, oh right, the Yetis. If you just mash both of these, you just win. Like in the second level that this is in, it's so much better. I'm going backwards. In the second level this is in, it's so much more fun. Because it's just one big open world area. So, at one point, if you're mashing the right way, you can literally just start flying. Alright, real quick. Let's draw this. There we go. But yeah, you literally go out of bounds. You can't, like, stay there. You immediately fall back into the game. But you end up out of bounds. And so, basically what I'm trying to say is, they didn't spend too much time into programming this thing. Or at least not playtesting it. Because if they did, none of this would happen. And that's the end of the level? Oh. Thank you, Joey. Your contribution was greatly appreciated. But yeah, I think speedrunning this game would be fun. Especially if you have like a any percent category and then a 100% category. Because with 100%, you have to run back and forth between the village multiple times. And you like have to memorize who does what, like who asks you what to do. Because like Pirate Beard, Cookie, literally who all is it? It's Pirate Beard, Cookie, not DJ, but Pirate Beard, who else is it? I'll see it as I'm walking by, but so many characters ask you to do side quests. Yeah, Pirate Beard, Cookie, Cricket, Farmer Brown, and Zasha. The 5 of them do side quests. And like, that's a minority of characters in this game, but it's still a lot. Especially with the story missions too. Cersei? Her model should have been called away. Shouldn't it? Huh. But yeah, speedrunning, because if you look, like, you can slide off of these and they give you a certain amount of momentum, but it's weird. Yeah, because just right there, I was holding down that entire time, but for some reason, it gave me a little airtime as I walked off the top of his roof, and so, oh, hello. And so I couldn't get momentum. I couldn't get enough momentum that would actually be a good time save. But yeah, I think this is just for style points. I don't think this actually saves it. I think if anything, it loses time because it's so inconsistent. Yeah. But yeah, that's just style. That's not really worth anything. I just like doing that. Especially because on the Wii, and like, even the recent time I played it on the Wii, the first time in probably literally a decade, was I could never get up there. I was literally trying for a good 30 minutes to get up there, and I never could. But as I was playing through the game, writing the transcript, I just found that by good game design. What's a spring doing here? It's a trap. It's to prevent you from just holding forward. And this is a mallet. It's just to prevent you from going outside. That's such a good interaction. Miiverse was a blessing. But, I don't even remember what I was saying, dude. But I got a stamp. Ooh, I need that, probably. Probably. Alright, what's the puzzle? Oh, yeah. I figured out you can cheese all of those if you, like, abuse the fact that they're not solid until after you let go of the B button. Yeah. You can abuse a lot of those action drawing segments just by getting into a position where you can write it down. Because, like, a later point in this, in the levels, I'll show you. But there's a certain part where what they want you to do is, like, stack them up. But, oh, shit. Alright, let's just start that over. What they want you to do is stack up some of those red action drawing boxes. But the way they did it, or at least the way I did it, is I just built up to where I could jump up to one of the action boxes, and I just built what? No. What? I didn't even get the death noise. It just flat out killed me. Let's see. Yeah, half the time I don't know what they want me to do. Ow. Well, I can't do it unless I'm up there, so we'll see. Yeah, that works. But, like, stuff like that where it's so obviously not the intended solution, but you can just do it anyway just because why not? Game design stuff like that and speedrunning tricks like that are so cool. Like, for this one, I think you actually do have to wait. Well, actually, no, you don't. Come on. Come on. Thank you. You don't have to wait, because you can literally just go up there and break some of them yourself. Like that. Like, I can get through there now. Because the hero's only one block wide. I don't know, I just think stuff like that is cool, where the developers obviously didn't put enough time into that mechanic, so you can just find a way around it. Yeah, I know I talk bad about this game a lot, but I genuinely do like it. And I know that's kind of a hot take in this community, but yeah, this is a good game. By no means is it, like, terrible. It definitely has its bad qualities, and, like, there's tons of things that could be better about it. Like, they could have played the first game, I don't know. But, like, it's still not terrible. Like, I play this game, like, yeah, because it's not documented well, but also because I just like the game. Oh, that part right there, so dumb. So dumb. That little platform is so poorly designed. If you play it like you did the rest of that room, like, here. When I was doing the transcript for this level, I was stuck on that for a good 15 minutes. Because I simply could not. Here, I'll show you. What? I'll fall first. And then I'll show you what I was doing. So, naturally, you just let go there. And then you start sliding. So I just thought, oh, we're just going to do that again. So I did that, and I was starting from here, because it's the first place I could, and then you lose all your momentum on that little slow part. So I thought, oh, maybe I can cheese it by breaking that, and then jumping up here. No, you can't. Okay, well, I saw they had physics, so I'll wait until... Oh, no, I can't jump on them when they're falling. Okay, well, I guess I'll just try it again. And, like, I would... Like, and then that would happen, for some reason. The momentum on those ice platforms, and, like, the set momentum that the springs put you at, so weird. What? That's the first time that's ever happened. Well, I guess that's how you're supposed to do that. Never mind. Also, look at this. Look at this left side of the screen. Look at how, like, you can literally see the background right there. I wonder if they even playtested this, honestly. I feel like the answer's no, but I don't want to know if it is. Go this way. Nice. Nice. I definitely missed a drawing easel somewhere. Maybe. Maybe I didn't. Where are we supposed to draw those things? Yeah, that's another thing that happens in Icy Wastes. Like, the locations of, like, where the creations are and where the, drawing easel is for them. So inconsistent. There's literally no good indicator as to what, when, and where you're gonna draw. Idea. Good idea. Yeah, me too. Me at the wife. Oh yeah, another thing that happened that's pretty big. If you told me, I'm stealing this from a tweet, and it's shameless, I don't even remember who the original person was, but if you... What? Thank you. If you told me at the beginning of this year that the development of Yandere Simulator would be one of the big, like, things happening in the gaming industry, there's no way I would have believed you. But it is. The development of Yandere Simulator is just going terribly. And the reason I bring this up, and the reason that it was brought up in the first place, in this context, someone leaked the source code for Yandere Simulator Online. Someone had that code, and it got put out. Now everyone saw it. And then people started criticizing him because it was so obvious he was just downloading assets and, like, not doing anything with them. Because the second biggest file in the game is one of the biggest rooms on campus, and all the models inside that room have been merged together. The biggest file in the game is a toothbrush. It's so bad that, like, I cannot fathom how this didn't happen sooner. And now he's all defensive about it. And let's be honest, this all started with the speedruns of the Discord server, which is just such a funny concept. But let's see if I can get it this time. Nice! Actually, no, because that kills your momentum. I was thinking that could have been something, but it's not. But yeah, that got big, and then one thing led to another, and now, with that source code, someone is making their own better Yandere Simulator. They got to the point that Yandere Dev is at now, which took him 6 years. They did the majority of that in 12 months, or in 14 days, 2 weeks, not 12 months. Jesus. But yeah, it took them 14 days to optimize that game. And now they're calling it the original scrapped name, Lovesick. and and I think one of the funniest things was, if you don't follow Yandere Simulator, there's tons of videos that will catch you up on it. Just don't watch Yandere Dev's videos, because they're bad. One of the biggest things about it is the first rival of the game, Osana, has been in development for 4 years now? Something absurd like that. And one of the features that Yandere Dev wanted to have was a bodyguard for the for Osana, so that you couldn't just run up and kill her. But I think the funniest thing was in the FAQ that they did for their game. One of the questions was, is the first rival going to have a bodyguard? And like the very first sentence in that was, no, that's unrealistic. And I just think that's so funny that they so blatantly called out Yandere Dev like that. And like everyone is at this point, it's practically a competitive sport. But at this point, everyone said what needs to be said. Your game is bad. Your game is optimized bad. You're treating your fan base poorly. And it's... I think one thing... Well, there's a bunch of stuff that sums it up. But one thing that I think summed it up really well was a tweet by someone. But it said, if your community finds more fun in getting banned from your server than they do playing your game is bad. And I don't know, I just, for some reason, that statement stuck with me. Because, like, it's true. Like, people shouldn't find more fun getting banned from your official Discord server, and they should have more fun playing your game. And the fact that Yandere Dev tried to argue that is so funny. Hello. Gra. Oh yeah, I don't even think I needed to do that, did I? The Baki death sounds are so weird. I need that. Thank you. Let's see if it does it. It didn't do it this time. But sometimes on those trampolines, it'll bonk you on the top. For some reason. Yeah, me too. Alright. The MASH A section, or MASH B, rather. Let's draw some gears. And let's take a drink. Refreshments. The ice tumbler. Triggered. I love how the game just literally freezes up. It doesn't know how to handle that big of a drawing, I guess. Because up here, you guys can't see it, but I have stats, like it tells me Dolphin 5.0, OpenGL, it tells me the frames per second, like how fast it's running, stuff like that. And typically this game, or at least this version of the game, runs at 60 FPS, which is pretty impressive. I don't know the default for a Wii game, but I think that's pretty good. And when I drew that, whoa, hello. When I drew that red thing, oh, ooh, that was weird. Sorry about that. But yeah, when I drew that red thing, it dropped to 0. It just froze up for a second. And it took the time to process it. And like, during transitions, it's really bad, because it like, well, it's not bad per se, but it like dropped to 51 there, and like 57, 11, 60. Oh, This is what I was talking about. Okay. All I'm gonna do is mash A, which does that, and B, which does that. And hold forward. And literally, this is the only section with a roof. The rest of the level has no roof. See how I just go off camera? And the game doesn't do anything about that. There's this section right here where you're supposed to draw. No, you can literally just skyrocket into the sky. It's such a short section, but it's by far the best section in this world. Maybe even the game as a whole. Yeah, let's talk to Mike. Yeah, me too. Thank you. And then, oh, this part is one of the ones you can't just draw it like that. You actually have to, like, go around and do these edges, or else it's not going to work. Here, real quick, let me just show you what happens if you do that. It gets hung up right there. And what's supposed to happen... Come on. That's not going to work. What's supposed to happen is... the ice tumblers are supposed to pull it up. So it's kind of like an elevator. Like here. What I'm thinking is, some intern that was working probably just discovered that and was like, hey, that's pretty cool. And like, the boss came over, looked over his shoulder, and just said, put that in the game. And so they just shoved it in this level. Because it's the only time in this game you can do something like that with the action ink. And I don't know why, because it's such a good feature. And that's the end of the level. I found Mike. Yummy. It's been a while since I streamed. Who am I talking to now? Am I just talking to Mari? Yes. Good talk. Right, so now... we go to the second... Oh! Already? I've already been streaming for an hour? Dang! Well, I'm gonna do some free cam stuff after this. I might do some promo for the free cam. But I am in the wrong level. Exit to village, please. Thank you. The music for this game, in comparison to the music for the canon games, I think this game... Oh, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. This game's music is really good. I really like the music in this game. The music in the canon games is really good, and I really like the music in those games. I would say that the canon games have better music, but they are two different styles. The canon games have a more adventure-like feel to their music, while this game, obviously it was rushed, so it doesn't have as good of music, or as varied, sorry, but it's still good. Like, I'll still listen to it. In fact, I'd argue that this music is better for casual listening than the actual game, or than the main games. Oh, whenever I take a drink of that. Alright, let's see. We want to do that. That was not correct. There we go. Is anything down here? A stamp, okay. Because what I'm thinking is, they're probably gonna give all the drawing easels and all the instruction easels, they're not gonna tuck those away. They're gonna make sure you see those, so you can like actually draw everything. Because that's another part of making the transcript, is that I have to get all the instruction easel and drawing easel prompts. Because there's a lot of them. There's at least 4 drawings per level that you can make. And not all levels have instruction prompts, but surprisingly the majority of them do. And a lot of them are unique, which is weird. That is a snowman hat. One other thing is I really wish that they put bosses into every world. What I really want to do, but I doubt it's going to happen, is I really want to sit down with one of the developers of this game. Like, probably like the lead story designer or something. I might go through the credits later today and see if I can find out who that is so I can find him on LinkedIn or something. But I really want to go through and like actually have a good conversation with that guy and just see, hey, I know this game was separate from the other games. How was the development for it? Because it was rushed. I think it's very safe to assume that. And I think it was also safe to assume that the main game was very hastily played, because it was played. There are references to the canon games in here, and it's very obvious that like they're intentional references. What the? Alright, so what I'm gonna do... Hang on, I'll get back to that topic in a second. I just need to... There we go. So yeah, I really just want to sit down and say like, hey, I know you're probably not going to remember this game from over a decade ago. 10 years ago at this point. The game's 10th anniversary was last year. But, yeah, just like, if you remember, obviously being the main catch, if you remember, could you like walk me through some of the stuff that happened? There we go. That works too. Because, like, I want to know some of the decisions behind the game. Like, why were there no bosses? Why can Heather talk? Like, was there plans for a second game? Like, how involved was Fifth Cell? How involved was Jeremiah? Because I know he said that they had little to no involvement. Fun. I know he said that they had no involvement, but like, I want to feel like he was at least an advisor for like part of it. Like if they had a question about a character's backstory, I would assume they asked someone on that team. I already drew this, why am I drawing it again? The drawings don't delete themselves when you die. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I want to sit down and see what all the... Like, I want to find out about this game. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. Okay, let's see if I can replicate this. So, what I was trying to do is I was trying to get that thing. So, this is what I think I did. I did that, and I did that. And so I pushed... What I did... Oh, crap, I'm not going to have enough time. So, I had those two out. I did that, and I, like, jumped on it at the last second. So let me see if I can do that again. I don't think I can do it again. But regardless, it was still a pretty cool trick. Like, it's definitely something that you would need to do for a hypothetical 100% speedrun of this game. So I'd have to go back and lab that out or something. But yeah, it was a cool trick. If I was recording the first time, I would have saved it, obviously, but I wasn't. But yeah, I just think interviews and stuff like that with game developers are so cool. Just like finding out the actual reason behind it. And like, obviously you're not going to be able to sit down with Shigeru Miyamoto and see what the reason behind his game was. Like, he's probably not going to remember the reason Star Fox 64 was the way it was. Just simply because, like, it's Star Fox 64. Like, that was so long ago for him, and he's worked on so many projects since then. I'd be surprised if he remembers Mario. Like, Super Mario 3D World. What? Wait. Where am I supposed to go? But yeah. Like, third-party developers, indie developers is what I meant to say. Like, I just love, like, listening to the interviews that go on between those devs just to find out how their game was made. Like, were there any constrictions? Like, because I know that, like, I know this isn't a video game, but the point still stands. Gravity Falls. Like, Disney Channel had a ton of stipulations with that. Alright, I need to kill these guys. Just like that. I always wanted to know Drew's age group. I don't think he has one. Like, there's no reason for him to. Like, literally, he's a creation hero. Like, if you wanted to put an age on him, I guess infant. I mean, because canonically, the hero in Drawn to Life, I just died, nice. You have the hero in Drawn to Life, who disappears after Wilfree's defeated. We know that for a fact, because at least in this game, we know he disappeared immediately after Wilfree was defeated. We know that there's the hero in Drawn to Life the next chapter that disappeared when Mike woke up. There's the hero in this game, who I'm not quite sure what happens yet, because I haven't read that dialogue. So, yeah, we're not sure what happens with this one, and then the hero in SpongeBob just leaves at the end. So, if you want to put it on an intelligence scale, though, like average intelligence by age, I would say that the hero probably lies... Well, think about it. The hero is supposed to be like, the Jesus of Mike's coma. Alright, ooh. I wonder if I could cheese this. Let's try. Hang on, I'll get back to that conversation in a second, but I want to try to cheese this jump, see if I can get past it without actually triggering Cersei. Doesn't look like I can. Dang. Oh well. But yeah, like, probably 20s or 30s. I highly doubt that the hero the creator sends would be a teenager. Alright. That was the game. No. That was this chapter. Wow, that went by really fast. Yeah, I'm gonna do some free cam next, but... dang. You're fine. But, yeah, it's supposed to be Jesus, so there's no reason it would be a child or elderly or anything. Let's talk to Mari. Go ahead and trigger the Eastern Winds story. Thank you. That one was on me. Yeah, me too. Alright, so what I'm gonna do real quick... that doesn't get enough momentum to do anything. That just slows down. I'm gonna go in here, get the map, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave here. Or what I'm gonna do is actually I'm going to save here. I'll set a save state. So there we go. And then now I'm gonna close this real quick. Yes. What I'm probably gonna have to do is reset Dolphin entirely to get free look turned on. So we'll close that, we'll do that, we'll turn off free look, we'll open the game back up, and then I'll go into Wii only. So all you'll be able to see okay, am I good? Y'all couldn't hear me for a second. So yeah. Yeah, that's good. I'll make it bigger. Why not? Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. So let's do that. We can save that. Minimize all these. And if I full screen it, what happens? Oh, nice. Nothing does. So, let's go in here. Oh, that's what happens. Oh, I forget that there's stream delay. So let me just... Something weird that happens is the controls for FreeCam kind of get messed up sometimes. So, I'll just... There's not really that much I want to look at, honestly, with Icy Wastes. That works. Shift R W S A D. Well, D A. Alright, cool. So one thing that we can do real quick is we can start off with the new characters. DJ's here, so I think starting off with him's gonna be good. One thing that I want to know is if he has pupils. And as it seems, no pupils, surprisingly. Let's zoom in a lot slower. There are no pupils on this man. DJ cannot see. So yeah, there's really not much more to look at with DJ. Unless you want to look at the headphones. Headphones aren't really anything all that impressive. I mean, they're basically just an empty dome. They're way too big for him. His stance is kind of interesting, though. He's stanced up, and it looks like he's clipping through the ground a little bit. You know what? That's something I can look at real quick. So it looks like the Raposa have a bunch of separate models. Looks like the arms, the legs, and the actual head are all separate, which makes sense. I mean, that's normal. One thing I can look at now is let's take a look inside Cookie's chimney. What the? There we go. So you can see they really tried to save on textures because they knew you wouldn't be able to get up here typically and look in here. So they just retextured all that the same. And then another thing you can see, let's just reset that camera. The wind is not coming from the chimney. The wind is on the same plane as the hero. And you can even see this sometimes, like on here. Up here, we can go ahead and take a look. This part's actually disconnected. This uses the same model, or the same texture. And this pipe is actually fully modeled, which is not something I would have expected. Last time we talked about these Raposa mats that every door seems to have on them. I don't know if the door or the mat itself is the trigger, but it looks like it might be the mat because there's one in front of Mari's door too. Let's take a look at Mike. What the? Oh? Hello. Yeah, we rescued Mike today, so we can take a look at him. They really upped his hair a little bit. They really characterized the sprite that they saw. Hang on. There we go. His hair is much spikier than it is in the original game, unless I'm remembering the original game wrong. His outfit is actually almost identical to the right one. So there's really no problem there. There's really not much more to look at with Mike. Yeah. One person that I want to look at before we actually get into the Icy Wastes, or one more person I should say, is Erica, DJ's fiance. She is all the way over here. Real quick though, one thing I do want to do, let's go into Isaac's shop. And let's... If I move this around, it doesn't look like anything's happened. What if I do it here? No. What here? Okay, so here it affects the people. What about nothing in here? Let's go to shapes, because those are all... Yeah, it doesn't look like anything there. That's cool. I assume the same thing would happen if we go into Creation Hall and do it, so I'm not going to do that. But, yeah. Galileo is another person we can look at, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll just activate this string of dialogue so we can get him not in a craze. So there's Galileo. I think it's probably one of the more faithful sprite-to-model representations. Inside his hat, there's nothing really all too particular. Yep, he's wearing a robe and everything. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's Galileo. There's really not much to talk about. One thing that I don't think we looked at last time is part of the observatory. Yeah. The observatory, as you can see, it calls out everything else. This tree right here, I want to call your attention to that. Pay attention to this. The way this model is stored, you can see the top of the tree. Just simply by jumping off. Another thing I want to look at is right here, just the village bridge. I want to know if we go behind it. We cannot see it. That answers that question. I'm pretty sure I already went inside the inside the windmill. There was nothing in there. Here's Erica. Let's take a look at you. So, as you can see, she's got the bridal veil on. She's wearing a wedding dress. She's got this flower in her hair, which is really interesting because it looks like, or well, it is just a bunch of textures intertwined on each other. It looks like the same thing is happening here with these parts of her model. Yeah, just go straight down. She's wearing the wedding dress. So, what the? Hello. What the? Hello. How do I get all the way over here? So yeah, it looks like... Well, actually... Oh no. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, they just modeled that straight through. Let's take a look inside the bun. Yeah, I'm not surprised they didn't model her hair all the way. Cool. So now, let's go take a look at Zasha real quick. Because we've saved Zasha since the last time. Excuse me. Thank you. Here is Zasha. Oh yeah. That quest. So kind of like Cricket, he has this sort of belt that goes around his entire body. He has a backpack that I don't think you can actually see normally. I think that's actually something new. I don't think he even had that backpack in the first game. But something I did notice while I was doing the model look earlier, just on my own time, this backpack, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same model used for the collectibles. Like he's talking about that bubblegum ring. Yeah, you can't see that backpack at all. Yeah, he was talking about the bubblegum ring. That backpack is the model they use for those collectibles. Like for Farmer Brown, they use the seed bag. Cookie, they use the other, the picnic basket. For Zasha, they use the backpack. Huh, I never knew they used that anywhere else. Yeah, that's a horrible time loss. So, there's really not much I want to look at in the Icy Wastes. Just really one thing in particular. I don't get why that happens, dude. It's so weird. Yeah, there's one thing in particular I want to look at in the Icy Wastes. And it's at the beginning of this level. Of the Frosted Cove. At least I think it's the Frosted Cove. Well, we're about to find out, regardless. Or maybe not. Yes, it is. Alright, so... Thank you. There we go. These fossils. Oh boy. These fossils. I think these are probably one of the coolest parts of this world, is that they have fossilized creatures in here. And it looks like, at least for the fish, that the models are transparent. Uh-oh. It looks like, yeah, it looks like the models are transparent for the most part, because you can see, like, right here, you can see the... Thank you. What the... Okay, well, we'll take a look at these fish then. They should illustrate the point all the same. Or maybe they're just backwards. No, so it seems like it was only that first fish model that was weird. Huh. Ooh, this is another thing I want to look at. I'll try not to hit the down button all that much, but these crystals. This is cool. Because they have these crystals jutting out. I really like that. Especially since it goes all the way down. There's the snowman nose. Here's this guy. Let's get a good look at this guy. He's obviously based on... I'll get to that one later at the bigger one. This guy's obviously based on the bonobo. I just don't know what his name is. It's not Snowcats, because Snowcats are... Oh, right. I forgot. Well, let's... Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a great time. Hi, I'm Paul. Yeah. Here we are. This... First, let's take a look at the Snowcat before he kills me. That is definitely not what I expected. But that is a Snowcat. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Wow. Let's take a look at this Yeti. His model's been darkened a lot to fit him in the ice. But wow. You'll see this Yeti in-game a little bit later. And I'll zoom in on that model. Because, is that just in its T-pose? I think they legitimately just put that Yeti in its A-pose. Rather. That's cool. I like that. See, it's the little stuff like that. Just like putting your enemies in like ice. Like it adds depth, which is definitely something this game needs. Let's do that. I want to look at the spikes later, but I think it's in a different level that I'd want to look at them at. Okay, I didn't even click that time. There we go. Thank you. Don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Uh-oh. Well, that worked. Here's more, and it looks like this one has light coming out of the back of it. So I'm going to go take a look at that. Huh. What is this? So it looks like they have a red light and a blue light coming from those points. But then they also have a yellow light. Can you even see that? You can't even see that yellow light in-game. Huh. This cave is so much longer than it needs to be, and I love it. So let's take a look at this snowcat real quick before it tries to attack me. Huh. It's gonna try to attack me. Hello. Yep, there you go. Let's go down here. Let's go back there. I'm not expecting to see anything around this corner. Why is this cave so extensive? It's like they really tried to put depth into this section of the game, but like only this section. Doesn't make any sense. Uh-oh. That works. I can do that. One other thing I do want to try to get a close-up of is the, oh god, this part. Let's do tiny ones, tiny ones, tiny ones. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. There we go. I think I can survive on that. Oh, yeah, totally. Okay, so, yeah, the world building that they did in this level alone is so weird. Because they don't do it in Jangala, and they don't do it in, Shadows... Well, they do it a little bit in Shadow City. But it's like, as you go through, it gets more and more dramatic. Completely flubbed that. There we go. So let's go through here. Let's take a look at this door. I'm pretty sure this is the door that leads to the jungle car. Cool. Just a door. Nothing really interesting about it. Okay, what is that? Is that just... What the... Why are there seals in here? I don't even think seals are an enemy in the game. Huh. Well, there are seals there. For sure. Is there anything else in here? Because, like, this is all one plane, isn't it? I guess it's not. The controls get real wonky. Huh, yeah, I guess each one of those is its own individual little quarantine section. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, that's just gonna kill me, regardless. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to take a small break. There we go. And there's a Yeti and a seal. There's gonna be a better look at the seal. Or maybe not. This one looks like its model was haphazardly thrown together. But the Yeti looks fine. Why does this seal look so bad? That's weird. Bonk. Huh. That's cool. Ouch. Oof, owie, ouch, my bones. Oof, owie, ouch. I would like to jump on the trampoline, please. Thank you. Here's something I want to do. Let's take a look at this snowball. So just like the shadow balls from Jangala, from the Treetop Village, those are only half. Huh. That's neat. Let's take a look at this cavern back here, too. Definitely not as interesting as I thought it would be. So let's get the snowcat out of the way. Here's what a Yeti looks like normally. Yeah, okay, so that's a completely separate model than the one that's in the ice. Because that one has the bulb on its head, and it not only... And I know that's not a separate edition, because the one in-game, or in the ice, has different horns. So, what's the point? And why is there a snowman up here? That's weird. So here's some more icicles. That's cool. Now I gotta actually do this, possibly. Alright, actually, you know what? Let's just take a look at the door. We can do that from here. Alright, cool. That was that level. I'll just leave it there. Return, exit to village. And then one more place I want to look is I want to look at the Chamber of the Eternal Furnace. I want to see what happens, because I don't think I've ever revisited it. I want to see what happens if you go there again. I want to see if Circe's there. I want to see if the furnace is there and she steals it again, because I genuinely don't know. But we've already basically explored Post Village to the extent that it'll let us. Chamber of the Eternal Furnace. It's such a long name. Pretty sure it's the longest level name in the game, but who knows? Or I know, it is. You know what, real quick, let's take a look at these mountains. I mean, there's literally nothing to them, but yeah, just take a look at them, why not? There's more shadow shooters. There's a checkpoint. The ice tumblers are weird. Nice. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Nice, I did it. Here's something I want to see. I want to see how far back do these trees go. They literally only go as far back as they'll let you see. Okay. And the icicles don't look like they're connected. They look like those are separate entities entirely. Alright, so let's do that. Let's push this forward a little bit. There we go. I mean, do that. Jump, jump. Jump. Thank you. Let's take a look at the masked version. Take a look at this guy. It's a different mask. Let's get a better angle. Yeah. mean, it definitely looks... Is the trident it's holding disjointed? The trident it's holding is completely disjointed. Look at it. What? That's weird, dude. Like I said, this game is so obviously rushed. Crunch versus no crunch. It's so obviously rushed, but it's still such a good game to play, honestly. Like, if you just want to kill a few hours, just don't care about completing a game 100%, just play through this game. It works as a time killer. Like, it has pretty good music. Like, it's not gonna hurt you. Ooh, real quick, I want to get a zoom into this Baki, which we have not gotten yet. What? Why is it doing that? Well, that's a good angle. Thank you. I'll take a screenshot of that later so I can isolate the Baki, and then that'll be the official render. Ouch. Owie. Oof, owie, ouch. My bones. Ouch. Here, let's take a look at this sled that was down here. Let's maybe not die. Let's maybe not do that. That might be a bad idea. I said let's maybe not die. I don't know if you heard me. Let's take a look at this sled. Wow, that sure is a sled. I don't know what I was expecting. Let's try that. That'll work. What? Why didn't it register? Excuse me? Ooh, let's take a look inside these igloos. So that's just a steam pit. Now, let's take a look at the top of the igloos. Now that we know there's nothing inside, you'll see that the igloo actually takes more of an oval shape than an actual circle. Let's take a look at this too. Looks like... Huh. Let me get hit. So it looks like the hero just goes straight through the snowman. No ifs, and, or buts. That snowman just isn't solid. Thank you. Hang on. There we go. I want to take a look inside this. See if it's transparent. Yeah, it's transparent. Just like the shadow. Got him. Alright. Nice. Come on, get on that, get on that. Yes! No! Alright. We can do it. Funny meme. Funny meme. Funny meme. Funny meme. Oh my god. The momentum is so weird. I'm trying to balance myself on the platform, and I'm just overcorrecting. Like, what was that? Why didn't I have that momentum the first time around? What? There we go. Thank you. And I almost fell off of it because it's moving so fast. Let's take a look at these. Okay, so these literally just are what you see. There is literally nothing more to them. I respect it. And this is weird. You're literally at the edge of the skybox for that. Huh. Neat. Right, now we are getting closer to the actual eternal furnace. Bonk, bonk. Thank you, excuse me, pardon me. Textures not found. Cool. Cool. Let's go up here. Try to avoid all these guys. Thank you. Let's see if this snowman is full. He is. Happy snowman. Cool. Yeah, when I do the free cam on the Funny Meme account, I don't know if I will stream it, but I'm definitely going to take screenshots of like Shadow Cersei and the Eternal Furnace and all that. Monk. Let's take a look at the hero right now. All two-dimensional. But he's got his cartoon sword. What? Excuse me? Game? I don't know if you knew this. That's not what you're supposed to do. That's a good job. It's learning. Nice. Nice. Alright, so this is where the Eternal Furnace should be, and it is where it is not. So there's the pipes that would be connecting to it. Yeah. I don't really know what I expected. Huh. Well, there's some snowflakes. We can do a zoom out, I guess, right here, just to see what... Here's what the chamber looks like from far away. I mean, there's not really anything all that interesting to it. I don't know why there's smoke in the background, of all things. Is that supposed to be like Aurora Borealis? I don't know. But yeah, I am probably going to end the stream right about here, because I can't think of anything else that I want to see just quite yet. And if I will, I probably won't do it on stream, sorry. But yeah, that's really all I got for right now. There's Raposa Village, or at least the pier, and Mari's Chimney. So let's load that save state right there. We can walk in to Eastern Winds, so that's where it saves us. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me.